What's poppin', my lyrical heads? Welcome to another episode of Lyrical Minds. My name is Ease, and today I got a very special guest on the show, Confushane. And don't forget the question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's poppin', my guy? What is going on?
Chilling, man. Chilling. Living the
I feel
dream.
that,
Yeah.
man. Before we get into it, I'd just like to let everyone know, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you're a fan of myself, fan of Shane, definitely go down there, support your boy. It's free 99 with support, so definitely go support me. Also, if you want to support me in a different way, go down there, hit my Patreon, and show some love and support that way. Also, I'm affiliated with Amazon. If you want to go down there, hit the Amazon link. It's going to bring you to these Sony headphones. Don't worry, you don't need to buy the headphones, but definitely go down there, hit the link, go to Amazon, buy you something nice because you deserve it. So definitely go there and buy you nice. And then I'm also affiliated with Popple. They're a digital business card company. They sit there and make networking a lot easy. You don't need to exchange phones anymore and put in your social media or your phone number or any of that nonsense. You just get like a card. It's like a Visa card, and you tap it at the back of the phone, and then your information that comes up, any links that you want, your social media, is completely safe. Only information that we give out is the information that you want to give out. So definitely go look into that. It's great for networking. I talked to a whole lot of artists and people in the music industry. So I personally have a card. It's actually in the mail now. So definitely go check it out. Definitely great for networking. Now my spill is over. How are you doing, big fella?
Bro, I'm chilling. Like I said, we're living the dream, and it's hard to. It's easy to forget sometimes that we're literally living the dream, man. This is it. This is the dream. This is the
Facts.
process. But I'm good, man. Been working hard. Like I said, I've been working on my little project. I'm waterfalling an EP right now. Waterfall releasing an EP right now called The Age of Icarus. So keeping some singles. I got a single on the way. EGODEATH was the first one that we
Right.
dropped out of that, and yeah, we're working a lot, doing everything necessary.
I feel that, man. I feel that. So, how about you tell the people a little more about yourself and like what you're about? How'd you first get into music?
Yeah, I've been making music for a good 8 to 10 years now. The lines get blurry. Of like, okay, so I started writing raps in sixth grade, if we want to go like
Right.
back that far, but I don't, that was trash, so we don't need to go back that far. But
We've all been there. You got to start off somewhere, right?
right, yeah, man, the little sticky notes, the little post-it notes.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I've been producing myself for a good 6 to 8 years, making beats. I wasn't really liking the beats I heard on YouTube, SoundCloud, so I was like,
Right.
I think I could do this, and so self-produced, and yeah, man, we it's always just kind of been my calling. I don't know how to explain that really, other than
Right.
like there's nothing else I've ever wanted to do, kind of
Got you.
thing.
Got you. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I get it, man. It pulls at you.
right.
It there's really no other joy that will bring you that until like you're in the music. So I get it to a certain extent. I don't make music myself. I did way back in the day, and I was trash. So
I'm sure you weren't that bad, bro. Like you
oh
said, we all
no,
got to start
yeah,
somewhere.
yeah. Maybe if I kept going, maybe I would have improved. But this is the way for me to still be close to music in a way and just talking to artists and just talk music and hip hop. So I
Love it.
appreciate it, man. So that pretty much first got you into music, man. You pretty much said that you wouldn't know what you would be doing if you didn't have music, which, like I said, I totally get that. But if you wouldn't be doing music, what else would you be doing?
I'd be directing music videos,
You say, hey, I feel that. Said still be around music in the
which,
music industry.
yeah, like I'm still doing for myself in a way, but like,
Right.
yeah, there wouldn't be anything. That's what I went to school for, was media production, and I've always been creative in every aspect, so I can't really see myself being uncreative.
Got
If
you.
we had to take a whole different route, like completely out of left field, I would say like psychology would be my thing. I just enjoy
Okay.
that. a lot. I don't really know what jobs are even in that field necessarily. So like I guess a therapist, but like I don't really want
Right.
to be that. But
Yeah,
if
I
I
feel
was
that.
really on something else, that would probably be a cool area for me to be in that I could still be interested in,
Yeah, I feel that. And then
just
like
study.
a degree in psychology, you really can do anything with that for the most part.
Yeah.
Just
Which is the
versatile like
beauty and
that.
curse of it kind of thing, right? Is
Yeah,
like
it is.
there's a lot to do, but it's like how do you decide what to do then, is
Exactly.
like tough.
Definitely.
But
Definitely. And you pretty much talked about the Ega Icarus, which I'm excited for, man. After hearing EGODEATH, which we definitely will get into. What is that project aimed to say to your fans? What is the message behind the whole entire project?
yeah, there's a lot of them kind of embedded into it. But the main message is the kind of Icarus analogy of, we're flying dangerously close to the
Close to
sun
the
on
sun.
a technological level, on an artistic level. I mean,
Right.
it's a
Yeah.
little bit of a play on AI, right?
Oh, okay. I got you. I
So
like that.
yeah, just like little, like I like sprinkling in little tidbits of things, and then
Yeah.
there's also this like hidden meaning with each song, at least the base four songs,
Mhm.
that I don't want to give away too much, but like
Oh
I
yeah.
have in my head, but I want to see if people figure it out of like where I was going with it. But um, yeah, that's the main analogy is still the Icarus analogy of like it could be
Got you.
we could be we're treading dangerous waters and flying dangerously close to the sun. So yeah,
I get that. I definitely get that. I definitely think in a lot of aspects, a lot of people fly a little too close to the sun and just playing with death, playing with other people is probably not the best thing to do. So I definitely get
yeah.
that.
Well, yeah, and yeah, so it applies on, the societal side on technology, and then
Right.
definitely
Yeah.
on the personal side of, people like you see it all the time. Another great lyrical mind or great artist that's you know, gone on an overdose or this or that. So, that definitely
Definitely.
applies to that.
That's dope, man. I definitely like the meaning behind those. The project, like I'm saying, I'm excited to hear it. So it's definitely going to be dope. So you said you've been doing music for a while. You've been in the game for a hot minute. So
Yep.
I'm pretty sure you
Um,
have. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, no.
No, I'm saying I'm pretty sure you have different highlights throughout your musical journey. What is the biggest highlight of your career thus far?
Ooh, that's a great question. And don't forget the question. Highlights so far. This isn't necessarily a highlight, but my first show, actually, even though I had a ton of technical difficulties,
Right,
like
right,
it went as bad as you possibly could have imagined in terms of technical difficulties. But
right.
I'd still say that was the highlight of like being on stage the first time in front of people and like
Hmm.
seeing all of these things that I had performed in my bedroom,
Right.
come to fruition, and like seeing myself execute it how I saw it in my head, and
Hmm.
even though it went so terribly in terms of technical difficulties, like we figured it out and
Right.
it was still a success in my eyes. So yeah, I'd say that's a huge highlight for me. Um, Shout out to the concert app, Concert with a Q, because they Hypnotic and Top Flight and King Tef kind of put me on to that program, and they've been doing some good stuff for some local artists in the city, so they gave me that opportunity. I know you and Zoe, I'm pretty sure you and Zoe talked a little about that. Um,
Definitely.
but yeah, man, so that was, I think, still the highlight, but the real highlights are that moment in the bedroom when you got something, bro. Like
Yeah.
you make it, and you play it back, and you're like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
this is
Yeah.
like
This shit
I got
smacks.
something. And even
I
if
feel
like
that.
nobody else ever listening to your shit will have that kind of joy
Right.
of you making that and having that moment. of you listening to it like, I'm so good right now. Like, oh my God, I can't believe I just made this thing. Like, so, but we get a little disappointed when we put it out, expecting for people to have that moment that you had, but like that's your moment. So,
Definitely.
yeah, it's like those are the highlights for me. Is those moments that they're few and far between sometimes. You know, like they
Definitely.
come and go. You hit these rough patches, and
Mm-hmm.
you hit these kind of beat slumps, and sometimes it'll be a year plus before you have another one of those moments. But the one moment that brings you back into it is makes it all worth it. So yeah,
Definitely. Trust me, I get putting your stuff out and not getting the results that you want, but definitely if you love what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? You're loving the process. You're loving the grind of getting your name out there, making the music, promoting your music, networking, and like all the whole business side of it that usually people don't like, especially artists.
exactly. Yeah, but for me, it's kind of like part of the job description is how I look
Yeah.
at it. You know, it's like I have to be an entrepreneur, and it's not that people don't have those type of reactions that I have to my music. I just have to
Right.
find those people. Like I just have to figure out what that niche
Nice.
is that's gonna react like as if I'm Denzel Curry or as if I'm Drake, whoever, you know, like
Right.
putting something out is just finding a niche. So
Definitely. Finding your
yeah,
tribe and like finding your fans. That's pretty much what you
yep.
need to do. Everyone's not gonna like your shit. It's just the reality of it. But either way, you still put that shit out, and you're gonna find some people that rock with it and just rock with you heavy.
Yeah. And my kind of goal, even from the start, has been like, I want you to listen to it and be and literally question if you like it or not. I want you to have an opinion.
Right.
So I'd rather you hate something of mine than be like, it was okay. Like,
Right.
so
Got you.
yeah,
While we're on the whole question thing, why? So, what made you go by Confushane with a question? What's the message or meaning behind that? Because I'm curious.
yeah, it's self doubt. It's a practice of humility kind of thing. I think
Okay.
um, it's a self doubt is good for you mentality, and it's consistent throughout my life in just the terms of like I am my harshest critic. I know this. People have told me this. People have told me go easier on yourself, kind of thing.
Hmm.
And I'm the one who questions my decisions more than anybody else, and it's kind of coming to terms with that
Okay.
as part of my identity. It really is like that. I am a self doubter, and that's and people hear like you kind of hear that it kind of comes out of my mouth, and I'm it's like that's terrible. I'm sorry that you
Right.
feel like that, and it's like no, not really, because it means that my shit's gonna be that much better when I do decide it's finally worthy of putting out, kind of thing.
Right.
Um, so that's kind of the main thing is like it's just healthy to doubt yourself and question your why do I believe these things and why do I feel the way I do, and yeah, the introspection aspect is really what it's about, as far as my name. And
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So as far as like
Yeah.
Confushane as it's spelled out, I just kind of made that my IG handle one day, and I ended up thinking about it more and was like, oh
Right.
yeah, it works
It
really
works.
well.
I fucks with it.
Appreciate it.
Okay. Okay. And I guess how can I ask this question? Going back to your highlight of your first performance, I guess what did you learn from that performance since it was your first one?
It's all downhill from here, kind of thing. You know, it's like, okay,
Right.
uh, the sound cut out. What the hell are we gonna do? So I started like clap, stomp, clap, like
Right.
getting everybody to do that and like having a freestyle ready to go, kind of
Hmm.
thing. Of in the back of my mind, being prepared for that situation where okay, I got to rock something a cappella. It's been 5 minutes. I got to figure something out to keep people engaged.
Right. Yeah.
People are just standing looking at me now. So that was like kind of the learning experience, is like the Murphy's Law thing, is anything that can go wrong
Can't go
will.
wrong. We'll go. Yep.
And it certainly did, and all you can do is be prepared. And so
Facts.
it's like being prepared in the right situation. And luckily that was my first show. Had that been at Madison Square Garden, you best believe I would have been 10 times more prepared. Like, I would have been prepared for, what if the power goes out at MSG or something? Like,
Yeah.
what's going to happen? What are we going to do? Like, kind of thing. I'm thinking ahead of myself per usual, but
No, you're good. You're good. A lot of, especially like starting off, for you to be that prepared for a situation like that, that's nothing but respect. Because a lot of artists, they would have just been pissed off. They would have just been like, "Fuck this! I don't know what to do." But you having like a freestyle in the back of your mind, having that ready, like a motto I live by: if you stay ready, you never need to get ready. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, love that.
So that's a model that I live by. Over there,
Love
dropping
that.
some nuggets for the people, real quick.
Dropping jewels.
Dropping some jewels, some isms.
Love it.
Uh,
Love it.
so every artist pretty much has a team behind them, right? Um, and I'm pretty sure you have a team behind you of people you network with, close friends. Can you talk about the importance of just having a reliable team?
Yeah, it's funny. I don't have as much of a team as you would think, and I would like, really.
Right. It's
I
hey,
have
it's tough to
people.
find people. It's
Yeah,
tough to
man,
find
it
people.
is. It is, because I have people that I support heavily that also, like, we want to figure out how to support each other a lot. Like,
Right.
shout out JC Quinn. That's one of those dudes that, like, has been adamant about, like, we're building this little thing here. We don't know what it is yet.
Right.
He's going out and doing the playlisting stuff and starting a little EV Records thing, and
Mm-hmm.
trying to, and reposting people in the Denver area with that. But as far as like management, I'm more of a one man show. But that being said, it's not that I'm doing it alone. Like, I still have people that are supporting me. I have a homie,
Right.
Eric, who sends me merch ideas all the time, and he's like, "What if
Mm.
you slapped this on this color on this?" And so that's always super dope, is hearing his input. And it's super important. And I'm actually just in the process right now of building that team that, like, you're talking about, of like
Right.
figuring out who is in my corner, who is my legal representation should it come to that, who is, and not in the way of like I'm out going to commit crimes, but like, as far as
Right. I
music
got you.
legal, like legalization of like samples and sync placement and
Mm-hmm.
that type of stuff. Like, who's my sync placement team? Am I going to do both sync placement and touring? I'm trying to go more
Right.
the touring route, and I have people that I've been sending sync placements to who are focused on independent artists. Assemble Sound is their name. They're out of Detroit. But so, yeah, so I'm in that process of realizing how important that is,
Right.
and figuring out, okay, because like you said, it's hard to. I'm essentially
It
looking for
is.
angel investors. It's hard to pitch somebody your product in a way that really makes them believe in that product
Right.
outside of like the rest of this super saturated market. So
Definitely. And like in this case, you are the product.
right,
So you pretty much just selling yourself to an individual, and they have to believe just as much as you believe like this shit's gonna work
yeah,
out.
yeah,
And I understand the difficulty of finding a team because I'm still in the process of doing
yeah,
it. And it's just tough to find some reliable people that are just down for you. You can rely on them. They're trustworthy. They're loyal to you. They're loyal to the brand. Y'all both have the same vision, same values.
yep.
It's definitely tough. Um, but yeah, man. So where do you see yourself in like 5 years? What is your goal? Your 5 year plan?
Yeah, touring for sure. Touring for sure. The short term plan of that is getting a better funnel, kind of, for
What do you
expanding my
mean?
audience. So, like, essentially, I'm not happy with my Instagram engagement right now. I'm looking at
Right.
these stats, kind of thing, and it's not that I like I care about numbers or followers or streams. I don't
Right.
need any of that to boost my ego. It's one of
Mhm.
those things that this is what labels look at as, oh, you have traction right now.
Yeah.
So just from a pure business perspective, that's kind of what I'm looking at right now is, okay, here's the numbers that are important right now. How are
Mhm.
we going to get these numbers up so that we can show this traction and maybe get some publishing type of deals, or
Right. Yeah.
somebody to take me on tour with them and show them the numbers of why they should do it. Because like we were saying, it's one thing to sell yourself, but if I have
Yeah.
numbers to back up selling myself, makes it a
Yep.
whole lot easier. So
Definitely.
that, and it sucks as an artist, honestly. It freaking sucks because that's the shitty part of this. Like I said, it's part of the job description, but I
Right.
hate this part of the job description because I just want to sit and make the music. I just want to go back to those highlight moments of where I'm
Yep.
just making a beat and going like, oh shit, like this is crazy. But
I
so
feel
that's
that.
kind of the short-term plan is getting a better funnel, getting my name out there more and finding that niche. But the long-term plan is getting in front of more faces. I think I did a lot of shows last year, and I think I may have done almost too many because now I'm looking at like
Mhm.
same people are coming, same people are supporting, which I'm
Oh, okay.
super thankful for, and I'm super glad that they still are showing love and willing to support. But it's like, okay, how do we get that
Expand your fan base.
right? Yeah, how do I get
Yeah.
him to bring 5 friends and him to bring 5 friends and them to fuck with me and keep
Right.
that
Yeah.
train going? So, but yeah, 5 years from now, I see myself touring for sure. Probably in tandem with somebody, kind of like as an opener, but
Mhm.
I'm not holding myself back to the possibility of doing a tour myself. I came up with some ideas the other day that could
Right.
be more of an unconventional tour of like creating more experiences that
Right.
hop from place to place, kind of like the Van Gogh exhibit thing.
Oh,
Did you ever see that?
yeah. 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 So
Just
something
kind of,
similar.
yeah, just kind of that idea of, a listening experience. It doesn't
Right.
necessarily need to be a concert. It can
Mhm.
be a touring listening experience kind of thing.
I
So,
got you. That's dope,
pl-
man. You should definitely
yeah,
dive more into that and like figure the little details out.
yeah, playing around, still very, still hypothetical situations,
Definitely.
but yeah, whatever that looks like in 5 years, we will see. But I think could, that aspect of things could be as soon as this summer, depending on if I get my ducks in rows enough. But yeah,
Definitely. I
um,
feel that. I
yeah,
like the idea. Something you definitely should do, in my opinion. It's definitely
yeah,
very unconventional, but a lot of artists do these unconventional things and it works. So why
yeah,
not do it?
yeah. I think my live show itself, my concert show itself, needs
Mhm.
some work. Um, because I have instrumental skills. I produce, I can play piano well enough to do it on stage. I just haven't really gotten
Right.
pushed myself to do that yet. So part of me is thinking like, let's back off the shows. Let's really figure out something that works well live when I'm on stage and try
Right.
some of these like you just walk around Meow Wolf with some headphones in kind of experiences. And
Right.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see how we can monetize that. But
Oh yeah. If there's a will, there's a way to monetize it. Trust me.
exactly, bro. I see you on the same, you're on the same grind. You got those Amazon links, you got everything. Make
Yeah,
sure you
man.
hit it, everybody. Like, go get
Yeah, yeah.
that.
Go buy you something nice over there at Amazon. You know,
You
Amazon got
deserve it. You
everything.
said,
You deserve it. That's why. All right, man. You ready to get into these rapid questions?
yeah, bro, let's do it.
All right. Do you snore?
I don't think so.
Everybody don't think they snore until someone tells them that
Right,
they snore.
exactly. I haven't been told that I snore by
Right.
like chicks or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if I did and they're just being
Right.
like nice. Like I don't know if it's like a secret code of chicks after a dude sleeps over to like don't tell them if they snore. I'll
Right.
tell a chick though, like Like, you were snoring loud as shit, dude.
I was having trouble sleeping. You was being loud.
Yeah, because I'll be pissed. Like, I'll be like, you kept me up all fucking night with your snoring kind of thing. Like,
Exactly. And not you kept me up all night, not in a good way either.
right. Yeah. I'm a light sleeper. I'm an insomniac, so I don't think I snore. But then again, I don't know. If I get into the deeper sleep, who knows? Like,
Yeah. Getting a
I'm not
cush
sure.
coma. You never know
Right.
what's happening.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly. Like, I've been there too. So
Right. All right. Favorite holiday and why?
ooh, I used to be a Halloween hater.
Mm,
And I don't really know why looking back. I thought it was just like a silly holiday. And then I went to college and
mm,
I was like,
mm.
nah, yeah, Halloween's kind of sick. A lot of
Oh
magic
yeah,
and
yeah, I
spooky
feel that.
shit. Yeah, I could get with that. Fuck it. Um, I don't know if that's my favorite though. My favorite holiday. Oh man, I'm Jewish, so I have a lot of Jewish holidays I could pull from. Honestly, I think
Definitely.
Passover might be my favorite. Um, it's just it brings family together. It's not like Thanksgiving necessarily, but it's
Hmm.
just like a cool. There's a lot of cool tradition in the Passover stuff that I find personally hilarious. My grandma has these nuances. Like, we read from what's called the Haggadah, and
Right.
it's the same damn thing every year. Like, we know the story. We know Moses
Right.
led the people out of Egypt. We know
Hmm.
what the 10 plagues were, but there's this one song that my grandma loves to sing. It's called Daenu, and all it is like da Daenu, da Daenu. And she gets so hyped for that for whatever reason. I just like seeing her that hype kind of thing, and everybody knows
Yeah.
it's coming. And then as a kid, you hide there's the matzah, and there's what's called the afikomen, which is like the
Hmm.
matzah you're supposed to set aside for Elijah, the prophet that comes
Okay.
and eats it. It's kind of like a Santa thing. I don't really know where that originated from, but if you found the afikomen, there was like $50 with it, and
Oh.
so Grandpa would go hide it somewhere around the house, and all the cousins would go just tear up the fucking house looking for this thing, and I have a lot of good random memories from Passover. I don't know that I've ever been asked that question though.
No, that's good,
Uh,
man.
yeah,
I like the tradition and the family behind it. That's what's up.
appreciate it. Yeah.
What is one artist you would like to see live that you have not yet?
Ooh, I might get some flack for this answer. Being Jewish after we just came off of that, I would have loved.
Don't kill him in the comment section. Don't
I
kill
would
him in
have
the comment
loved
section.
to. I would have loved to have seen Kanye live before the
Oh,
comments he's made recently.
that's not
Um,
well, yeah,
yeah,
because he's
no,
Jewish. Never
and I don't
mind.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen at this point. I was supposed to see him multiple times. Was
Hmm.
supposed to see him when he came for the St. Pablo tour, with the floating stage when he came to
Yeah.
Denver, and he had a mental breakdown 3 days before that show. So that show got canceled, and I was
Hmm.
so excited. I was so unbelievably hyped to see that, man, because this guy is like that's who I idolize. Is Kanye, like that super producer kind of guy of
Yeah.
Kanye's, Pharrell's, the Rick Rubins. Um, but yeah, so that was a heartbreaker for sure, and just never got a chance to see him after that. I was supposed to go to Rolling Loud just this last year, and he dropped out of
Hmm.
that too. And then he
Mm.
started, you know, making these comments.
Comments. Yeah.
So I don't know that I can monetarily support him anymore, but yeah, that would have been it's not out of the question completely, but it's pretty much out of the question. So Kanye
No,
would be my answer.
no, I feel that. He is still a musical genius in my eyes. So I
Yeah,
support. I don't support his actions, nor his comments, nor his behavior at times. But like when it comes to music, he knows what he's doing. He knows
oh,
it.
absolutely. And I've always, that's always been the focus for me. And then
Hmm.
my family members, and I, even in the fashion world, man, like I think he knows what he's doing in that side of things too, and
Yeah.
proved it. Um, but yeah, I guess there's a, looking back, I validated a lot of things that he said with like, he's just misunderstood. And I don't know that that was correct for me to, what's the word I'm looking for? Not enforce, but I potentially employed him on some certain situations by supporting him.
Right.
Right. There's certain things he said earlier on that I should have been like,
It should have caught you. You should have been
right.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
So, yeah, but yeah, that would be the artist I would love to see live and throws on. Like I would watch, embody those type of performances. Like I remember vividly the VMAs 2010, him coming out in the rosewood suit, the red suit with the NPC on the Greek pedestal, like just him and ballerinas. Like that blew me away. It's that type of live performance stuff. There's a Netflix show called Abstract. And one of the episodes is on S. Devlin is her name. And she does a lot of the stage design for like the Yeezus tour, for the weekend at Coachella. She has some crazy cool stage designs that she's done for, some huge artists. Beyonce, she did the Watch the Throne tour too, I think. Definitely worth checking out. But it's like that scale of things that I want to like build out, like that I'm seeing in my mind, and maybe not 5 years, maybe 10, but like that's where I'm seeing myself on these stages where I'm in control of why is that light coming down right here, and these, it's those type of things that I would love to flesh out and see to their full potential. So and I feel like that comes from a lot of seeing these Kanye type shows of the stage design and what they did with them. And yeah, I don't know.
No, you're good.
Sorry. Got on a tangent.
No. Like I said, you're good. Sometimes I can get way off topic, so I get it. Are you a minimalist or a hoarder?
I'm somewhere in between. I want to be more minimalist. I love minimalist design, like we were just talking about.
Right.
But I definitely have way too many goddamn clothes. So
need to probably donate them things.
Yeah, but see, I love thrift stores. Like I love thrifting, so I'm the one in the thrift stores. Like, oh, dude, look at this vintage polo piece. Like this is crazy. And I'll be like, I can't not get this, but and then I'll go back to my closet and be like, I didn't need that at all for sure. I have way too many goddamn hoodies, and now I'm like making my own merch, and I'm like, oh, like what if we did this, and what if we did this, and I want to see this sample idea, so I order the sample, and now I have this sample that I'm like, oh, I should probably sell this, but I kind of like it,
Yep.
I did the same thing. I used to be in the shoe game big, and I still have way too many goddamn shoes, man. But I validated it by being like, oh, it's an investment, right? Like, I'm gonna flip these shoes, but then I would like them too much and not actually flip them. I'd go rock them, and that's not how the game works. So
no.
Yeah. So I would say I wouldn't say I'm a hoarder, but I lean on that side in terms of collecting, in terms of my lifestyle. But as far as design, I actually love minimalism. Like simpler the better. But
definitely.
Other than my closet, I guess.
Everyone has their vices. It's all good.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I got a little retail vice for sure. I got a little retail vice for sure.
All right.
We'll work on it. We'll work on it.
No, don't lie. You ain't gonna work on it.
I'm gonna question it every goddamn day, but I'm gonna keep buying that shit for sure.
All right. You have 30 seconds on The Voice to wow the judges. What song are you singing that is not your own?
Ooh. 30 seconds to wow the judges.
Come on, man. What's your karaoke song? What song you getting down to?
Miss You by the Rolling Stones.
That's a good choice.
Yeah, because like Mick Jagger isn't a hard voice it's a hard voice, but it's not necessarily good, right? So I
Yeah,
feel like I feel like it's more about the energy than it is anything
definitely.
else. Like I miss you, like I don't have to hit that note. I just have to like give it the full, really
Exactly.
get
You
my
gotta.
ass into it. So yeah, "Miss You" by the Rolling Stones. That's my answer.
All right. How do you eat your steak?
Medium rare.
Good choice. If you would have said well done,
Mm-mm.
I'm stopping the interview.
My sister though, bro, she likes that shit straight off the cow. Damn near. It's
Oh,
kind of like you look at her and you're like, really?
yeah,
But yeah, to each their own, I guess.
yeah, yeah. I
But
guess I don't know
I'd
about
rather
that
have
one.
that than burnt,
Yeah,
personally.
same.
So yeah, but medium rare. I don't have a crazy answer for that.
Got you. What is the craziest thing on your bucket list?
Craziest thing. I've already been skydiving. That was pretty crazy, and that was on the bucket list. So that's checked off actually. I really want to see the Northern Lights though. That's something I
Ooh,
want to do, that I need to do before I die, is go up north and see the Northern Lights, and uh, maybe camping, maybe not. I don't know. It's cold up there, but I don't know how bad the summers get up there. I can't imagine they're great, but I bet they're still campable. But yeah, I think camp.
I'm not a
I'll
camper.
make it a little more extreme, like camping under the Northern Lights. But if I just
Okay.
see the Northern Lights, I'm good, kind of thing.
No, that's dope. That's definitely on my bucket list as well. Get there eventually.
Yeah.
Would you rather owe money or a favor?
Hmm. Favor. I don't mind doing favors. I don't mind doing favors for people. So yeah.
I feel that. I don't like owing people money. I'm not a
Yeah,
fan of
I don't like owing people money. I don't want to feel like I'm
indebted to somebody.
indebted. Exactly. Yeah, indebted to somebody. Because a favor is more, even if it's like a big favor that I got to go out of my way for, I don't mind doing that if it
Right. Yeah.
genuinely makes the other person's life better, or I genuinely owe that person something. So
Definitely.
yeah.
What is your favorite childhood TV show?
Man, my mom was one of those that didn't let me watch SpongeBob kind of moms.
Really?
So I know, dude, I know. So I was watching a lot of Cyberpunk as a kid, or not
Hmm.
Cyberpunk, Cyberspace it was
Oh,
like,
okay.
because it was like math based or whatever.
Yeah.
Cyberspace was pretty dope though. I don't know if that was my favorite. Oh, my favorite. I think SpongeBob was still my favorite because I'd turn that shit on when she
I don't
wasn't
say, did
around.
you? They're
Yeah,
like you
oh,
snuck it, didn't
absolutely,
you?
absolutely. And I still watch SpongeBob to this day and be like, yeah, that's funny shit, bro. Like, I got it's just the classic dumb humor. Like, yeah, man, yeah, SpongeBob is the answer for sure.
Definitely feel that. What was your worst job and why?
Man, I worked when I was up at CU at the Epic Mountain Gear up there,
Hmm.
thinking like that would be the chillest job ever. They'd let me ski on the weekends. It's a ski shop, right?
Okay.
Um, that was so terrible because it was ran by Vail Resorts, who I know now is just a corporate, is just corporate as fuck kind of thing.
Got you. Say less.
Um, yeah, so it was just like one hand of the company had no idea what the other side of the company was doing, and there was no sort
Hmm.
of communication between them. So they scheduled me like 3 shifts, just threw me out on the floor to fit kids' skis. And I had never I'm a snowboarder. I had never fit kids' skis before.
Right.
They just threw me out there, like, yeah, figured out. I'm like, what? Like, bro, what? Like, what do you mean figure it out? So I had to like look. I'm watching YouTube videos as I'm on the floor, and like some of the
Damn.
coworkers are running over helping me. But yeah, man, that was just like a pain. And that was just so unnecessarily stressful. They scheduled me
Right.
like 3 shifts, stopped scheduling me, stopped scheduling me, but would text me like every other day, like, "Hey, can you come in?" Like, dude, no. Like, you could have
Got
scheduled me, kind of
plans.
right? Yeah, like, so that was definitely, I think, top of my list in terms of worst jobs, which in hindsight, not that bad. Not that bad.
Yeah, I've definitely heard worse on this question
I'm sure.
before.
Oh, I'm sure.
What is the best part about performing?
Like I said earlier, man, seeing the bedroom product come to life. Like that is
Okay.
your demo day. That is your, you know, the Steve Jobs moment of releasing the iPhone kind of thing, of like
Okay.
seeing it and how it hits with a live crowd is really what music is about, man. Like that's the soul of it. Yeah, it's about me having that moment in the bedroom too, of creating the song, but seeing how people react to it live and bobbing their heads with the beat
Right.
that
Yeah.
you made, like that's super rewarding as an artist. Um, and yeah, I can't wait till people know the lyrics well enough to chant them back at me, kind of thing. That's gonna be a
Yeah.
highlight for sure.
That's such
But
a surreal
one
moment.
step at a day. We're one step at a time.
Exactly. Exactly. You'll get there one of these days. If you had a time machine, would you go into the future or to the past?
Hmm. Future. I've always been future forward. But
Say.
there's that philosophical question of like, could you do that? Like, I don't know.
Mm,
Like the future hasn't technically happened yet, so how could you travel that way? But um, yeah, I would go future for sure. Uh, but it's all a circle, man. So
yeah, that is true.
technically, whatever way you're going is just part of, on the circle. It's like
uh,
you seen the new Marvel, you seen the new Ant-Man, bro.
oh yeah,
Kang
I
is,
did.
yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, he beast.
I'm
He's
hyped.
a
I want
problem.
to look like Jonathan Majors, bro. I'm like, I'm trying to get in the. I've been hitting the gym hard after seeing that because I was like, yeah, that dude looks ripped, bro. But
Yeah,
cool
that have you
character.
seen have you seen Creed?
I haven't no, I haven't seen Creed yet. I need to go see
Oh,
Creed.
okay. All right, I
Yeah,
ain't
I
gonna
gotta go
spoil
see.
anything, but my man, pause. My man, big pause. You know what I'm
That
saying?
boy. That boy thick.
Yeah, like facts, man, facts. I don't want no problems, big fella.
No problems at all. They even got him on the Army commercials now, bro. I was like,
Yeah,
yep,
I'd seen that. I don't know if it was the Army or Marines. It was
yeah,
one of the branches, and I was like,
one of them.
What is he doing here? This don't even make it didn't even make sense, to be honest with you.
Hey man, they just need a big buff dude, and they're like, who's the most popular big dude right now? Yeah, call Jonathan. Get Jonathan
Yep.
Majors on the phone.
All right. Name one embarrassing moment.
We kind of named embarrassing moment that was also the highlight, but an actual like a genuine embarrassing moment. Let me think here. Man, I was a dweeb back in the day, so I got a lot that we could go through. First time I asked a chick out, I remember it too, bro. I was like, it was her birthday, so I was like, "Hey, if I made you a cake that said, 'Will you go out with me?' What do you think you would say to that?" And she was like, "What?" Like, she was like, "I'd say no." I'm like, "Okay."
All right. No cake for you.
So I just kind of walked away. So like, that was definitely, we've learned a lot of games since then for sure, but that one still keeps me up at night when I'm just like, what was going through my head, man? I was
What
like,
was I
I really
thinking?
thought that was it. You really thought that was it, bro? Like, what? Are you stupid? Yeah, so that one's as genuine as I can get. And like this was like the sixth grade maybe, but I still one of those ones that keeps you up your brains. Like, you remember this
I
time
get
you
it.
did that stupid ass shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. What is the best compliment you've ever received?
Oh man, best compliment. That's a hard one, man. I don't, I don't get a lot of compliments, man. Damn, like,
Which mean I gave you a
uh,
compliment when we hopped on the show. I said I
yeah,
fuck with
yeah,
your hat.
you're right. Maybe that was it. That was the best one, bro. Like,
Said, "Oh,
no,
you like my merch?"
yeah, yeah. I've had, I think the best compliments from me are on the music side of things for sure. It was
Right.
like, I love what you did with the synths there, and I'm like, oh, he listened. He actually like listened. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah. So I think I had a homie one time. tell me that he was like, bro, you always speak your mind, and it's hard. I can tell you have so much more that you're able to say, and I just can't wait to hear it, kind of thing. So I was like, you know what? I take it back. So we were talking that, and he was like, I want my son to be more like Shane Cohen because you took risks, and we've been doing this since high school. As an old high school homie, and he was
Right.
like, I want my son to be like you, and I was like, damn, dude,
That's one hell of a compliment right
that's
there.
a hell of a compliment. Thank you. Like, holy shit. Like, I didn't know how to respond to that, but yeah, I remember that was his name was Ryan Jones. Shout out Ryan Jones. I still remember that, bro.
That's nice. That's a nice compliment.
Yeah.
Man. What is one thing you're addicted to?
Music, baby. Music,
I
writing more so than anything is writing. The lyrics, that's my therapy, man, is the lyrics. So I am always writing, whether it's like I'm in the shower and I think of a whole like 4 bars to start something off with, or it's just like one line that my friend said that I really liked. I'll just
You're
write it
right.
down
Yeah.
because I can use that. The other day I was at dinner with some homies, and this chick said, "Man, you can't put rhythm to random," and I was like, "Oh, that's a bar.
I like
like,
that.
like
I
I
like
can
that
use
right
that." So I just wrote it down. I'll quote them and tell them after the fact, like, "Hey, thank you for this kind of little nugget," and they'll be like, "What are you talking about? I never said that." I'm like, "Yeah, you did. Don't worry about it." Like,
Like, don't worry about it. I'll take
but
it back then.
so I'm addicted to my notes app, big time.
I feel that. Do you have any hidden talents? If so, what are they?
I don't know if it's hidden necessarily, but I'm I'm a decent snowboarder. Um,
Okay.
I'm decent. I'm not gonna call myself like good, but as far as like I'm in the park, holding my own, and I
Hmm.
don't post it a lot because that's not what my brand is, kind of thing.
Yeah, I get that.
Um, but yeah, man, that I'd say that's a quote unquote hidden talent is the snowboarding thing is something I just it's right up there
Mhm.
with music. In all honesty, with me is just like in terms of enjoyment. So
I feel that. I went snowboarding about like 2 winters ago.
mhm.
My body was sore for a whole two
Yeah, bro.
weeks. It was rough.
You don't realize what those muscles you had those muscles kind of thing of like holy
Facts.
shit, like it's all core, and it's all you can do crunches at the gym, but it's not preparing you for
Not at all.
landing this way and then landing this way and back and forth every time and carving, and yeah,
Hmm.
so it keeps me in shape too on that aspect. But I excuse myself from doing leg day a lot because of the snowboarding, right? Like, and I know like
Hmm.
I've been called chicken legs since high school, so I've
It's like
always
I'm
been
used to
self conscious about that specifically.
it.
But I
Right.
also want to go snowboarding, bro. Like I can't do leg day and go snowboarding. That's just like
That's rough.
I'll be fucked. So yeah, so we're working on that balance. But
Definitely. Um, Tacos or cheeseburgers?
tacos easily, tacos. Yeah,
Too easy.
yeah.
What is
No,
one motto that you live by?
don't forget to question.
I feel it. Who
Simple
is
as
one
that, man.
who is one person you look up to and why?
Rick Rubin, because he just has it figured out, and then goes on 60 Minutes and claims to know nothing. And that's the kind of shit that I just love, man, is like this dude really gets it and knows that there's nothing to get, Like
Yeah.
it's just we're all just in this shit, this mosh pit together, and he's just pushing the right people at the right time kind of thing. So Rick
Right.
Rubin is
Right.
somebody I would love to be when I grow up, kind of thing.
Got you.
I got to
All
work
right.
on the beard a little bit, but
Yeah. Yeah. A little bit. You got to step the beard game up.
yeah,
All right, man. Last question. What is one irrational thing that you're scared of?
irrational thing, man. I'm not scared of aliens. I'm certainly it's one of those things where like we'd be so fucked if these motherfuckers just showed up, bro. Like we'd be so fucked. Like shit would hit the fan so fucking hard. So I would say that's scares me a lot.
An alien invasion.
I think about that maybe more than I should, type of thing. Because it's not like I could do, even if it did happen, it's not like I could do anything about it. Like, but yeah, I'm sitting there like,
kind of fucked.
Yeah, we'd be fucked for sure.
All right, man. That's the end of the rapid questions, man. We can get into the song EGODEATH. What was the inspiration behind this, and what's the meaning behind the song?
Yeah, it plays a lot. It plays around with a lot of concepts, but the main one is that kind of on the Rick Rubin thing is there's no such thing as woke. This perceived wokeness that we all are trying to achieve is a mirage kind of thing, and there's no value or benefit in trying to better yourself to the point of ego death.
Right.
That is more, there's no value to that as opposed to going out and partying every weekend. It's just a balance of how you live your life. It doesn't like that. You can sit and meditate all fucking day, all 40 days and 40 nights like Buddha did, and it won't mean that you are more enlightened than anybody else. So that's kind of where I was, the angle I was trying to take with it is there's this idea of wokeness that we've preconceived, especially nowadays with the, fake news and all these false medias and the whole AI shit, of it's genuinely hard to tell what's real or not anymore. So, it's a refocus of realizing that, to kill your ego is to kill yourself. And it's not a solution, and it's not necessarily the milestone everybody should be trying to hit.
Right.
Is this like ultimate wokeness? So.
Yeah, I get that. Because I was definitely listening to the song, and I don't want to say confused, but I couldn't get the message down right. And when I listen to different songs, I try to see the artist's message that they're trying to send.
Sure.
And I couldn't get this one completely down. So I really had no perspective on it, except you had some bars in this thing that we'll definitely discuss, and definitely it hits you with the questions. It makes you question a lot of things. In my life, it made me question a whole lot of things. So I'm pretty sure other listeners, when they listen to it, they question some things in their lives, different aspects and everything. So I don't know, you kind of just sticking with the brand, a whole lot of questions.
yeah. It's kind of just how I write, like I said. So that's we've just kind of molded the brand around that. But and I'm trying to be better about, taking these complex concepts and ideas that I have and putting them very simpler. I'm not there yet, and I know I'm not there, but like Kendrick is a great example of that, of taking this really hard to digest concept and putting it in a way that the average listener can digest enough to understand at least the base level, so that's something I'm working on. So thanks for pushing me on it.
No, I like complex concepts. I appreciate them because they make me think. I don't like, I feel like there's levels to rap, and I do it as in like preschool, elementary, high school, college, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. And if I hear like red, dead, said, bed, if I hear like something like that, someone rhyming like that, I'm like, yo, this is preschool rhymes. My daughter can do this. Sure. So it's like, and there's a whole lot of artists, no slight to them. It's just not my cup of tea. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Doing what you do, making money somehow, some way. But it's not something I'm gonna be bumping in my car. So I appreciate the complexity of like your music, because I listen to this, then I listen to some of your older shit. So I'm gonna say this. I just appreciate the complexity. So don't change too much on me. You
I
know what I'm
appreciate it. No,
saying?
I think that's always going to be kind of the forefront of what I do is the challenging. I want to challenge you and like have that reaction. It's funny because that reaction that you had of like I wasn't really sure what you were trying to say was kind of the exact reaction I look for in a way of
Right.
like, what does it mean to you? I want you to pull out what it
Hmm.
means to you and what you think I'm trying to say, not to the point of, it's gibberish, like cryptic gibberish,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah. So thank you, bro. That's a huge compliment, ironically.
yeah. All right, man. I'm happy I can give you that compliment. But we can get into these lyrics, man, and get to the message behind these things. So how about you rap it for the people?
Yeah. He be holding my soul hostage. Know we all cursed with a conscience. So he referring to the voice in my skull is the prior line to that.
Hmm.
Basically, it's just, this internal battle that we're having with our voice in our head is gets real gets really real sometimes and
Definitely.
feels like you're being held hostage by your thoughts in terms of like I my thoughts are trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to improve and do this and do that, but I'm still holding on to these vices of going out and partying and buying clothes like we were talking about earlier,
Right. Yeah.
and having this like it's this cognitive dissonance of you versus your head, instead of living your life and really doing shit because we're
Yeah.
cursed with a conscience. It's kind of the Genesis idea of when Adam ate the apple of
Hmm.
knowledge is human's curse, and when he ate the apple he realized he was naked, like, and that was the curse of the knowledge kind of thing. And we're definitely close to getting. I mean, that obviously that's one of the original greatest stories ever, but
Right. Yeah.
especially with the AI shit, like, are we biting from an apple that we are going to recontextualize our entire conscious with? Um, that's a whole tangent, but yeah,
Right.
essentially just that whole idea of, you control your thoughts, don't let your thoughts control you.
I feel that. I feel that wholeheartedly. A whole lot of people fight with their conscience daily of the people say the angel and the devil, and you sitting there and you trying you're trying to like
Exactly.
I'm trying to save money, but these shoes looking really nice right now.
Yeah. Right. Or
So trust me, I
I'm
get it.
trying to it's I'm trying to improve myself, or but you should have some fun, you're working hard, like that's
Yep.
my battle lately is that conversation or argument. So yeah,
I say do whatever makes you happy. Period. So I'm looking at
that's yeah, and that's really kind of the overarching theme as well, is this ego that you're trying to kill or please or
right.
talk
Yeah.
to is you, man. Like, why are you
Yeah.
arguing with yourself so heavy? Why are you so hard on yourself? Yeah. So, but yeah,
Definitely. All right, man. And these next ones right here.
yeah. Wolves and foxes boxed in. Cops couldn't stop this constant nonsense. Bitch, I'm locked in, but I hold the key like a locksmith. Same kind of deal as like you got two wolves inside of you, man. No, I'm just kidding.
Going on a
No, but
spiritual
it's
journey.
yeah, right. But no, it's like I'm locked in, but with purposeful intent. So it's like
Hmm.
I put myself in this coffin that I'm in to think, to confront these thoughts and this
Yeah.
silence
Yeah.
that I like. Yes, I have the key, I can get out, but I'm locked in for a reason, kind of thing of like confronting this ego that I'm trying to kill, quote unquote, is
Right. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
idea. Um, and then realizing that as we get into it, that it's I'm not Neo, I'm not the
Right.
one. So
We'll,
but
we'll
yeah, and
definitely
then
get
the
in that,
first
that bar.
Right. And then the first part of that is just kind of the fact that like a cop couldn't there's no external force or anything that can stop the constant nonsense, because that's all your head really is at the end of the day, kind of thing. So
Definitely. And like you started a verse with like a nasty rhyme scheme. I'm just saying.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Fox with
appreciate
the
it. I
foxes,
think that was
Boston.
actually, I think that rhyme scheme was the first thing I wrote as far as the song. Like I
Oh,
was
okay.
talking earlier, as like those bars that I have in the shower, that first four bars that I have in the shower is like, I think that was those for this song is what started this
Okay.
whole song. So, um, yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah, because I was loving the rhyme scheme of it. And to me, it was nasty, starting off the verse like that. But we can get these next ones right here. We were somewhat talking about it earlier.
Yeah. So, yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So you trying to kill your ego? Better load that gun up and bang. Then go reload. Trying to be holy, holy, holy like Toledo, but we all trapped in the same game, and homie, you ain't
You
Neo.
know,
So yeah, like I said, is like if we're all in a matrix kind of thing, and it's all us experiencing us kind of thing. Um, you're not any better. You're not Neo. You're not gonna bend the world to or the universe to your will by reaching enlightenment or killing your ego or
right? Yeah,
doing any of these things that they say that is going to make you so much better than the next person. Because inherently, like, if you think you're better because you've killed your ego and you look down on other people because of they haven't yet,
right.
that is inherently egotistic, right? So it's
Facts.
just like this funny thing of like, it doesn't matter, man. So
Hmm.
yeah, we're trying to be holy or like divine in so many ways, and you got to remember we're still just human.
Yeah, yeah. Like we said earlier, everyone has their vices, and everyone has their demons that we're fighting with.
Yep, yep.
All right, and these next ones right here.
Yeah, getting into demons. But if you're sick of living, lose your inhibitions, because suicide's a selfish crucifixion. Know your condition's been inconsistent, but your volition is still sufficient. The world's malicious and full of mischief. Fuck anybody who tell you different. Is the extension of that. But
Mhm.
yeah, I've dealt with depression. I've dealt with these mental health issues, the anxiety, where I've been like, man, is it worth it? But that's that
Right.
threshold point of when you're at the rock bottom of really like, I want to kill myself. You are now free. You are now free, because
Hmm.
now nothing matters. If you're willing to die, then dude, you're willing to live. Like, you're willing to
Right.
do anything now. Go. Why would you like go do it now? So lose your inhibitions. Go party, bro. Go. If it's that pointless to you, like,
Right.
go do it. So yeah, it's that weird threshold of hitting rock bottom and then actually finding freedom in that, and then realizing that suicide is a selfish crucifixion, in the sense of like, it's a martyrdom syndrome thing where
Yeah.
you don't I, I don't you don't actually want to kill yourself. You want to kill yourself so that other people care, right? depending on
That's just it.
depending on
On the
depending on the
situation, but yeah.
situation, obviously, like, there's different situations, but I think that was maybe where I was at a state in my life, of like this self crucifixion idea of like, I have this martyrdom syndrome that I think if I do
Mhm.
this, somehow it solves world problems, or
Right. Yeah.
and all it solves is my own pain and puts that pain onto others. So how selfish
Yep.
is that? It's not, I'm not Jesus. Crucifying me does not help anybody. There's no benefit to that. So even in inconsistent conditions,
Right.
that's really hard to see. But in terms of volition being sufficient, like, you made it this far, bro. Like, keep going kind of idea.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, the world's malicious. Fuck anybody who tell you different. That's the way it is. But hey,
Facts.
you made it this far. Might as well keep going, right? Kind of thing. So
Definitely.
So yeah, so that one got real deep into the psyche of and you know, in the song it pans right to left on the way it's delivered, as to kind of display that, like, literally the devil and angel on your shoulder kind of conversation, argument that you're having internally. So
got you. Definitely like the rhyme scheme of this one as well, with inhibition, crucifixion, inconsistent. Like, it was nasty when I was listening to it. I was like, okay, all right, I see you.
Appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
But I do got a question, and I didn't pull it up on the screen, but you were saying something at the end of it. It went, but if we all curse with it and there's no reversing it, then maybe you have to learn with it, burn with it, and ultimately rebirth with it. What did you mean by those?
Yeah, so that's kind of the reconciliation of your conscious versus your ego, is kind of what I was going for with that. Of, okay, you've realized at the end of the song, I've realized the ego is not killable. Now what? Okay, we have to learn with it, burn with it, and ultimately rebirth with it. So kind of playing off of the Icarus idea of, like, you gotta fall to fly, and vice versa. So it's that, you know, you have to burn and feel that heat and feel that rock bottom that we're talking about in order to build it back up, because your ego is important, in my opinion, like, for pride, for self-protection, for self-love, confidence, you know, simple as, like, performing, bro. Like, if you go out on a stage, you have to have some sort of ego, right? You need it. You need it. You have to think something of yourself if you are willing to put yourself in front of some other people, and speak your truth, kind of thing. So it's that reconciliation at the end of the act 3 of the plot, if you will, of figuring it out. And it's not that there's an answer. Don't forget to question, but at least we've asked the right questions to get to a reconciliation point. So
got you. I feel that. You got any lyrics that you want to discuss?
Not off top, man. Nah, I think we hit the bigger, the meatier parts of it. Pause. But I think we dove in pretty deep, so we got some good stuff in there.
Definitely. All right, man. Let's play the song for the people so they can hear it, so they know exactly what we're talking about.
But ain't no room for ego in the mosh pit. Wanna see God, better watch this. All of that woke shit's toxic. Voice in my skull so obnoxious. He be holding my soul hostage. Know we all cursed with a conscience. Know we all cursed with a conscience. Wolves and the foxes boxing. Cops couldn't stop this constant nonsense. Bitch, I'm locked in, but I hold the key like a locksmith. Pulling up 6 deep, that's a coffin. Let them keep talking, we don't do the gossip. Want a way to hate, but they running out of options. I ain't never ever put my soul up for auction, but some of y'all need y'all's confiscated. Too many demons in this population, spewing bullshit, indoctrinated. The world is whatever your conscience makes it. Wanna march with God or talk to Satan? Why is the choice so complicated? Fuck it, I'll be sick of the conversation. Once talk shit, always constipated. We just wanna live and I've lost the patience. I've been racing, yeah, I've been racing. Concentration, lost concentration. God forsaken, this contemplation. Sometimes you just gotta kill the computation. I was up on the cloud, someone came and shot me down. that's even more profound. Everybody act like they have shit, but ain't no room for ego in the mosh pit. Wanna see God, better watch this.
I just want to say I love the bridge. It goes, oh, I was so high on the cloud. Someone came and shot me down. I love that part.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I'm self-conscious about my singing, but I want to get more of the melody, more of those melodic elements into it, because I know I could do a lot more creative stuff with that.
Yeah, man.
So thank you, bro. But yeah, that's that was actually the line, or that little section was where I came up with the title for the EP as well. Was, I was high up on the cloud. Someone came and shot me down. But now that I'm on the ground, I found that's even more profound. So that's kind of the arc of the whole EP, is a little bit of, of this song specifically too, is realizing the ground is, you actually learn more on the ground than flying over it,
This is true. This is true. You learn more going through the struggle than you go when you're on top of the world.
Exactly. You gotta go through it to get to it.
Facts.
And then fall again and start all over.
Start all over again. All right, man. If you ain't got any other lyrics that you want to discuss, man, we can get into these hot 16, big fella. You ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready for that. Yeah. All right. Everybody trying to get the cash. I'm just out here trying to get the bag. Feeling like my brain is being tapped, trapped, mapped. That's why I stay smoking on gas, puffing and passing until my lungs is collapsing. I'm rapping like I got a motherfucking tongue full of acid. I'm still stuck in the cavern with all my love for the masses, so fuck it. While I'm here, I'll have some fun with the madness. We asking fifth dimension questions, using some etch-a-sketches, caused us to lose the message, making all of these messes. Resentments became infectious, lost sight of our own reflections. Now the only way to reset it is punching your solar plexus. I'm electric, eccentric, I know everybody sense it, but I'm the one to be the best with. Don't ever forget this. Question. Check this.
Said with the question. Don't forget the question.
Question.
Man, I honestly, I love your rhyme schemes and how you do your flow switches. Like, to me, you do the shit effortless.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it took like I said, it's just a rep. It's like we were saying earlier, it's a reps thing, man. It's reps. Definitely. But yeah, that verse is from the next song, Mad, that I got coming out. April 7th is the release date for that. So that's the next installment in the Age of Icarus. But
definitely be tuning in for that, waiting for that thing right there. Got any other promotions going on? Any upcoming shows, events?
I don't have a show at the moment, so I'll shout out some homies. JC Quinn, I was shouting out earlier. He's got a rooftop session concert app is throwing on. Everybody should pull up to that. I know we mentioned King Zoe has got something coming up. I don't have anything scheduled at the moment, but that will change very soon here. But I do have some merch dropping real soon as well. For this whole EP, that's all Icarus theme and pulling together all my aesthetic ideas that I had for this. So excited to drop some of that and go cop some merch, support.
Yeah, I know y'all see the merch. I know y'all see it right there. The hat. I'm gonna have to cop me one of those.
Got a little something, Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
So how about you shout out your social media so people know exactly where to find you?
Yeah, man. At Confushane on all platforms.
Don't forget the question.
Don't forget the question. It's actually not in the username, but you'll figure it out. Instagram doesn't let me do that yet, but once I'm big enough, they'll make an exception, right? No, but yeah, just at Confushane, CONFUSHANE. Don't forget the question. And that's all. That's all she wrote.
All she wrote right there. All right, man. Last question, man. What is your goal in the music industry?
goal in the music industry, like we were saying, talking earlier a little bit, is to be that super producer, that Rick Rubin, that Pharrell, that Kanye type of guy that can kind of just touch anything and that people want to have on as a creative director, like in the background kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
if I can get to the point where I just get to be a fly on the wall and in studio sessions and my opinion just has value to them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the ultimate goal, is, you know, just being that person that just knows what they like, to the point that it helps other artists. And I have a lot of work to do to get there, but you know,
Right.
that's the ultimate goal, is to be that super producer and shit. Maybe even like doing movies, scoring movies. Like that's a huge thing that I have thought about as well. Of, you know, I would love to do some more. I love making more cinematic beats.
Definitely.
Damn, I should just flesh this out and do some movie soundtracks kind of thing. I've worked on a couple indie films, of just, you know, kind of curating and doing a little producing there, but nothing like full-fledged movie scoring necessarily.
Right. Gotta start off somewhere.
Yeah, but yeah, like it's something that challenges me in a different way, of like seeing a scene and figuring out what's the tempo of that scene. Like, is an interesting idea to me. So, you know, long way to go, but these are the things I'm thinking about, and these are the ultimate goals, is being that Hans Zimmer, Rick Rubin, Pharrell type of character in the music world. So
I feel that, man. You got to dream big. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But you got any final thoughts, man, before we get up out of here?
Nah, man. Thank you so much for having me. Like, this is so helpful for me in my career, man. And I can't tell you how much I enjoy. I mean, everybody enjoys talking about themselves, of course.
Right.
But it's not often that I get to, you know, hop on and be questioned and talk about these concepts that I'm trying to relay outside of the music. So just thank you for having me, man. Everybody watching, make sure you go tap in with Lyrical Minds 23. Go hit the links in his bio. Go hit the Amazons. Go pay his Patreon. But yeah, man, thank you. I really, really appreciate it.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate it, because I tell every artist, time is the most valuable thing in the world, because you can't get it back. So, like I'm saying, when someone gives me their time just to talk shop and just shoot the shit, I like appreciate it, because you don't need to give me your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm more than happy to, and yeah, man, I can't wait to link again in the future, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But for the show, man, we about to get up out of here. So like, comment, subscribe to Lyrical Minds. Until next time, deuces.